Welcome everyone to our very first live in a print shop unvarnished. I'm Chris Hyde, your host, and we are with Cees Schouten from Geostick. Cees, it's only taken me maybe 8 years to figure out how to say your name almost correctly.
Okay, well you do it quite well, Chris.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having us. Thank you so much for the tour today. Really exciting to be here. I'm going to start off with the standard question that I always have. Can you give a little bit of history about yourself and the company?
Yeah. You are today at Geostick, a label and pack printer in the Netherlands, close to Amsterdam, already 100 years old. And I'm working already 40 years for this company.
40 years. All right, so we have two different histories here. Yours with the company and the company itself. And something kind of magical just happened with the company as far as turning 100. Can you explain a little bit about what just happened?
Well, when the company started, it was Emaille plates, so they changed from Emaille plates to labels what you must lick yourself to make it wet, and then you can put it on. Then Stan Avery invented the self-adhesive paper, and then it was going very quickly. In the 2000, it was really the golden ages in the industry. 2005, we started with Indigo. So it's an industry always developing and innovating itself. So, and it's still going on like this. Very interesting.
Yeah. And 100 years, you were just celebrated by the country, really. Can you explain what happened?
In the Netherlands, we are a kingdom. When you are celebrating 100 years, you can apply to become a royal company. It's by the king that you get this certification, and it's not that you can have it. That you are 100 years old. You must be having certain rules, and we had those rules all, and we are very proud that we are having this royal statue. So you see now all the crowns are on our Geostick logo. So very proud of it.
So the family must be really proud.
Yeah. And it's nice because the owner now is 67, and his 3 sons are coming up in the company, so they are very proud also, the whole family.
That's great.
Yeah.
And your history, 40 years, you've seen a lot of things come, you've seen a lot of things go. Can you give a little bit of history of what has happened since you've been here?
Where I must start, I started that I did not like school, and started as a youngster, and my first working day at Geostick was on a school, because then I was working 4 days and one day to school. Already quickly I found out that I have more in my capacities, so starting to roll into management roles. Since 2012 I'm in the board as an operational director. So built 3 companies. We are taking over a lot of companies through the history. So as a family-owned company, we are liking to add more companies to us. And we integrated them all, very successful. So it's never a dull moment, as I say. And of course we had the pandemic, lack of material, so very challenging times behind. So never dull.
Yeah, and during the pandemic, something got built.
Yeah, we started just before the pandemic to decide that we want to have a new digital plant. We finalized it in the pandemic. I must say, I bought in the pandemic at that moment. The Corona just started, and I bought 4 Indigos and 4 ABGs, and they were very happy. Indigo was very happy, ABG was very happy, because they were expecting, oh, there is a pandemic going on, we will not sell anything anymore. But we gave them a kickstart in the pandemic, so they were very happy with it.
Yeah.
And me too, so I'm very happy also with the machineries.
Did the pandemic actually create any opportunities for the company?
Yes and no. What you saw during the pandemic, that the label business went to the roof. Everybody went to shop online. So we are making also logistic labels. Was a huge demand for. So it was an exceptional growth of the market. So then after the pandemic, when everybody was normalizing, we are seeing a decline of the industry. So at the moment, high inflations and a stable market. So it's not easy times also. So, but it's like that. It's like this in my career. So ups and downs.
Now you have a pretty nice range of portfolios of types of work that you do. Can you tell our audience a little bit about who you're doing work for, the kinds of companies?
The biggest part of our business in printed labels is the chemical labels, and then mostly the oil and the paint. We are providing paint labels across Europe, all different paint plants. We will build a nice name in this industry. Why? Because of the high color accuracy for the paint chips, that really must be accurate. Of course, what I said, logistic labels, we are trying to be a total supplier for our customers, so selling labels, printers, ribbons, and applicators. So that's also a very important part of our business. And food is also very important. So to be honest, we are in the big middle part of the industry, also some healthcare. So not in the very special labels and not in the low end. So in the nice, big volume middle part.
Right. Now, that color accuracy that you mentioned for paint, has that helped you cross over into other industries that require that type of quality?
It helps us to expand our business. We started with a paint producer in Belgium and in the Netherlands, and we expand our business to Spain, France, Sweden, Poland, Lithuania. So that helps our business to grow. So that's, and the oil, that's very challenging also, but not because of the color, but there you need some special materials. So
now, working across all of those countries, what kind of opportunities does that bring you? Because at some point you showed us some multi-layer.
It's the nice thing to be in Europe, but I said before, is that you have multiple languages. We are having an EU union who are changing regulations, so there is a lot of changes going on now in the label business. There must be more information on the label in a bigger font size. So labels are becoming too small. So we are now investing in much more machineries who can make multi-layers, conventional and digital, but there will be a huge need in the future. I spoke with one very big client and they said 55% of my portfolio of labels will be multi-layers. So, and to be honest, we are speaking about sustainability, and on the other hand, we are speaking now multi-layer labels. So
there's competing regulations on one side and regulations that are kind of counter to the other one.
Exactly.
So in one case, the regulations are actually helping you because now you have to create a much more complicated and probably more valuable product.
And it's like always in the label industry like this, because labels are getting obsolete by regulation changes, so our customers must change their labels. So that's why it's always an ongoing, continuous business. So.
Right. Now, those are opportunities. What are the challenges, the biggest challenges you're facing?
It's the standard answer. A lack of staff. We are investing quite a lot at the moment for automation. We did already quite a lot in the workflow automation to have less staff for putting orders through the system. Now we are doing this on order management. Of course, in the production, we are doing quite some investments for a color management system to reduce setup times. We are having one robotic driving to bring the finished goods away, but it's all necessary to continue growing with the same staff. It's not that I want to replace staff, I want to continue growing with the same staff. And to make a person an employee having much more output without working harder but more efficient. So that's the biggest challenge.
And as we were walking through the plant, I saw you showing us a very large printout with sort of some changes that you were hoping to make, and you mentioned a special person that was involved with that.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about that initiative and who's helping you with that?
What we found out last year in 2024 that we are having some challenges in our culture in the digital plant. So we invited a company from young professionals to have a conversation with every employee. And after that, after all the conversations, 120, we get a report with some advices. And from these advices, Tom Schouten, my son, he's responsible for the full production, make a full plan, what we heard and where we must take actions. And what actions not directly, we will go speaking with every person again. We are thinking about this, what you think, and to make more groups together to improve the culture and making more a team of it.
Right. Now, when you entered the industry, it was more probably about the machinery, just getting it done.
Yeah.
Now you're spending a lot more time on the people part.
Yeah, that's a big change. And it's not helping us when you are reading yesterday in the newspaper and also on some socials that the mentality of the persons are changing in the Netherlands. They wants to have a better life-working balance. So instead, when I grow up, 5 days working from 10 hours a day was, you don't bother. But nowadays, people want to work 4 days from 8 hours. And it's not for our industry, but we are having a lack of teachers. So we are overpaying them. And what they are doing now, they are going to instead working 5 days, 3 days, because they earn enough for instead of the 3 days. So that's the challenge for everybody in the whole Netherlands, and I think across Europe, that people wants to work less and have a private work balance. So that's why you are spending a lot of energy, money to keep all the employees what you are having happy in their environment. That's the big change. And we are doing this with health programs. We are having a gym. We are organizing socials. We are organizing that people can follow learnings, but to give everybody the possibility and choose what they like to do. Yeah,
right.
That's a big change.
Now, with the less education on the outside, are you feeling more pressure to do more education on the inside?
Yeah, we are doing quite a lot. We are having in our company a learning and development manager. He's writing down training programs, but it's training programs for the pre-press, for a printer, but also for the officers, so for everybody. So that's really, and it's an online tool, and people are following this in our time. So it's not that they must follow it in the nights, so it's also something what we are adding and giving the possibility to our staff.
Wow. Okay. Last print question. Where do you see your customers moving? Is there any trends that you can see in the industry that are changing other than those regulations?
The regulation will change, of course. I still believe that there is still a demand for smaller jobs. So with these regulations changes, people don't want to put high stocks because the challenge of labels getting obsolete. And of course, that's a big question at the moment also. Everybody wants to have a sustainable solution for their labels. And we are now seeing here in the Netherlands, Europe, that a lot of labels must be washed off in a certain temperature so that you have 2 recycle streams. So that's also something what is really developing and challenging for the coming period.
Okay. And who in the industries can help you with that? Is it substrate partners? Is it finishing partners? Like who can help solve that problem?
Now, for me, of course, we are having in the Netherlands or in Europe, FINAT. In the US, you have TLMI. That's an association for the industry. they can help. Of course, the suppliers, but also D-Scoop can help. Inform your members what is going on. And for this, I really believe that we must take, as D-Scoop, our responsibility to give information to our members what there is possible in the industry. So I think we can play that role as D-Scoop. So
excellent. That's a great way to finish. I have one last easy question that involves both of us. I'm a huge fan of baseball, and I didn't realize this when we first met, and then you explained to me how big a fan you are of baseball. So the last question is, now that Xander Bogaerts is no longer with the Red Sox, because I know you're a big Xander Bogaerts fan because he is a hometown guy.
Yeah.
And he's with the San Diego Padres. Are you a Padres fan? Who do you root for now, other than Netherlands in the U.S.?
To be honest, I'm such an overall baseball fan that I like to go to every game and every player I like to see. So I already bought my flight tickets for Long Beach, and I know already that on Monday evening the Dodgers are playing at home.
Okay. So there's an invitation to everybody from the D-Scoop community to come out to the ballpark with Cees.
Yes.
All right, Cees. Thank you so much for the interview.
It was a pleasure, Chris.